Good morning, my friends. Today, we're going to try something a little bit different. You're going to get a little bit of a morning show, me just thinking some thoughts, and we'll see how it goes. If you don't like it, it's just one post, so who cares? You'll watch the next one. Just getting my tea ready. Hope everyone's doing well. Got a new coffee table. Check it out. In my office. Can't really see it, but got my shesh brush set up. All right. Anyway. Went to shul, did my thing, and I kind of had this idea that I wanted to share with you guys. This happened to me last night, and just kind of thought it was an important lesson to share. So I'm just doing this all in one take. I don't care that my angles are off or whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, there's this dude in the community where I live who I met through some friends. He's a really good dude, okay? Now, I just see him as a young guy, frum guy, black and white, does the thing. His friends are all like yeshiva dudes. So, I think he's just kind of living the system. You know what I mean? Hold on, I just got to throw this away. So, just living the system, doing his thing. And he's a very talented guy, okay? I don't want to tell you what he does because I don't want to rat out who he is. But my perception of this guy is that he's just a good guy, living like everyone else, doing his thing, right? Living his life. And, on the surface, life is just peachy, right? And so we finally hang out. We've been trying to get together for a long time. And yesterday I go hang out with him, and I'm in awe of his work, right? The guy is super talented. And I don't really know him, right? We've just been trying to get together. Couple minutes in, what we were set to do together really didn't work out because we started talking about life. And this guy's a young guy, I think around 29, 30 years old, not married. And he started telling me about his life, and I realized that this guy has had the most messed up upbringing. Just terrible, terrible, terrible. And thank God I don't know that life, right? So I just assume everyone has always just had this amazing upbringing like I had. Everything always worked out, thank God. Just great family. And I realized that this guy's upbringing sucked. Beyond sucked, okay? Getting abused by his father. His father was never around. Getting beaten by his father for no good reason, okay? And he's telling me stuff. And, I got there at 10 o'clock. I didn't leave till 1:15 in the morning. What we set off to do never happened because we just got into the stresses of how difficult it is for him to live his daily life. Now, you would never know this on the surface. I didn't know this, okay? I'd known this guy for probably 6 months here and there. It never would have crossed my mind because I think we just don't go through life thinking that people are screwed up, that their lives are messed up, that they had bad upbringings, that their family sucks. We just assume, what we kind of see on the surface. And it made me realize that after talking to this guy, if his entire day could have been made or broken by how I said hi to him if I saw him in the market. The difference between him having anxiety about his whole life that day, between him being productive, between him having a good day, a bad day, whatever it is, could have been the difference between me just smiling at the guy when I saw him in the street, right? We go through life kind of worrying about ourselves all the time. Yes, I slurp my tea. We go about life worrying about ourselves all the time, and we don't realize that what could be going on in someone's head can be an entirely different world that we're just not privy to because most people don't let us into any of this stuff. And so maybe if we're just a little more aware of what happens as we go through the day and how we just treat people, if you could see everyone's traumas all day, the same way you see your own traumas, if you saw everyone else's traumas and they kind of wore it on their faces, you would have no choice because you would just have mercy on everyone else. Everything you would do would be wow, that sucks that that was his childhood. Like, if I told you that about each person, the way you treated the rest of humanity would be completely different. I just think like it's not fair to assume that everyone has eaten a bunch of in their childhood or in their lives or has struggles, but the reality is that every single person is human, and you're better off erring on the side of, wow, maybe this person like needs a smile from me, like maybe I'll just be like nicer, and maybe I went through stuff today and I had a bad day, but like, the guy turned to me at some point and he said to me, ever since you got here, and I've never like spent time with you before, but I just feel like an inner calm, like an inner peace. And I didn't even do anything, right? I was literally just hearing him out. Like, you don't realize how effective you can be to someone else who needs you. And it could be that everyone needs you. And so just maybe like be more aware of that throughout your day, even just one day. Like, you just never know how you're going to affect someone's life. All right. That was today's morning show. Peace out.